guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana with another Monday episode of the PWCC Weekly Auction number 68. This is the recap where we go through the top 100 cards. We'll take a look at some of these cards and check and see what they're doing in the card ladder database to see if they're going up, down, or just meandering back and forth. I want you all to brace yourself. First of all, if you are a vintage collector, you're going to need a napkin, number one. If I can't tell you how many one-of-one vintage cards you're about to see in this auction. Let's put it this way. If anybody who hasn't already looked at the results wanted to go ahead and take 500 guesses as to who the top 3 cards in this PWCC auction, top 3 highest selling cards in this PWCC Weekly Auction were, I would give you 500 guesses and you'd probably not get any of the 3. I have never seen what we saw. My guess is, stay tuned till the end because we're going to work our way from 100 to 1. My guess is some absolute freakish vintage collector out there, and I'm talking the highest of the high grades, PSA 10s I've never seen in my entire life, mythical cards sold in this auction. Somebody decided to get out of it, and somebody with absolute FU Saudi Arabia type money came in and put in mega bids and said, I'm getting these PSA 10 Pop 1 cards. You guys are literally, you need to sit down. You're not going to believe it. It's over $500,000 for, and we're not talking about, Wilts and Russells and Oscar Robertsons and Jerry West. We're talking about some obscure stuff selling for, more than vehicles sell for, more than very nice vehicles sell for. Just stay tuned and watch this. You're not going to believe it. Let's get it cranking. As always, we start from the bottom and work our way to the top like Drake and his guys said. Card number 1 is a card that has been on my radar lately. It's a 1985 star Michael Jordan card number 117. This BGS 9.5. Super rare grade. BGS 9.5 sells for $39.60. I've got it pulled up in the ladder database. $39.60 is a little bit down from the last 2 sales. Sold for as high as $4,500. This one is a minimum gem with a 9 for the surface. Here's a look at what that card's done. It's only a pop 209. It's actually got a much better gem rate than I thought. 31.45%. You always hear about how difficult it is to grade star cards. Well, this one's actually got a pretty good gem rate of 674 graded and 209. I've gotten BGS 9.5s. That seemed very high to me. I need a BGS 8.5. This is a base card. It's not a subset card. So this card's a pretty valuable Jordan second year star card. Obviously, everybody's familiar with his 101. There's actually a PSA 10 out there. I didn't know that. There's a PSA 10 that's been graded, so that would be an absolutely staggering, gigantic monster card, that PSA 10. But that's the BGS 9 right there, Jordan's second-year star card. I want to go ahead and look this card up because this card has so much history. It's the color match blue, serial number to 199, Zion, BGS 10. Believe it or not, there's a few of those out there. There's 14. Card grades really well. This is just a 2-year, really a little bit over 2 year, about a 4-year story of the Zion card, right? The card started at $4,000. The first BGS 10 that ever sold was way back in his rookie year, 3 days before Christmas. It sold for $38.89. It's come all the way back to $4,080. So you're actually up over the last 4 years. The sad part of the story is, and as you can see from the graph, the card got all the way up to almost $6,000, sold consistently over the $14,000, $15,000 mark 3 or 4 times, has come all the way back to $4,000. Let me know in the comments, where are you on Zion? Where do you stand on Zion? That's an interesting story right there. We got a Giannis flawless patch autograph serial number to 25 that sells for $4,080. And here's where it begins. I don't think you guys understand how many absolutely fascinating high-grade vintage cards sold in this PWCC Weekly Auction. Out of the top 96, and I didn't scroll back to the next 96, but this is just the top 96 that we're looking at. I think it's probably 35 or 40 of them are going to be vintage cards. So this is a lot of people don't remember, but this is Kevin Love's dad, Bob Love. He played in the NBA. He looks just like Kevin. I mean, there's no way you can look at Bob Love and not know that Kevin is his son. But this Bob Love from 1972 Topps, card number 148, is a pop 1 of 1. Yes, sit down and get ready and buckle up. You're going to see a ton of early 70s, late 60s vintage PSA 10 Pop 1 cards, right? $4,080 for this Bob Love. Right next to it, we got a Steph Curry National Treasures NBA gear. This is his rookie patch autograph, 3-patch autograph in here. One of them's a 2-color up here with a little orange sliver. BGS 9, 10 for the auto, sells for $4,200. Another PSA 10, this from the all-time Celtics great Dave Cowens, one of the best Celtics to ever do it. Often overlooked, right? People talk about, I'm going blank, Heinsohn. They don't talk about Cowens. They talk about, Larry Bird, Bill Russell, Paul Pierce, Sam Jones, Cousy. Very rarely do you hear people talk about Cowens. Cowens put Havlicek, obviously gets tons of notoriety. Cowens was a freaking baller, dude. Cowens just busted his ass and worked his ass off and probably played for another 25 years in YMCA leagues and gave people the business. $4,200. This is a Pop 3 card. And I don't know if you could tell from the picture, but it's a tall boy, which makes it even tougher to preserve because there was nothing to put these damn things in. Certainly not back in the mid-70s, but this one's perfectly preserved. It does look a little bit off the center to me, left to right, pretty clearly off center to me, so it did get a 10 for whatever, it got a 10. It's a 10. Orange Jason Tatum, BGS 9.5, Gem Plus, big Jason Tatum rookie card here. Shockingly only sells for $4,320. Again, that's a lot of money, I get it, but that seems like a low number to me. I would have guessed this would have sold for a lot more. Right next to it, a really cool card that I've never seen. It's called Stitches in Time, and it's a LeBron patch autograph. It's serial number to only 25. It's a BGS 9.5, 10 for the auto. I think it's cool because it's got this little upper deck, the upper deck image, the upper deck logo that we love so much. Let me see if I can fix this camera. Oops, did I lose you there? Did I lose you? There we go. It's got this little upper deck logo here, $4,320. This is a Pop 1 card right here. Pretty cool looking patch autograph LeBron card. Right next to an exquisite collection number pieces, Vince, BGS 7, serial number to 15, also does $4,320. 2 Jordans, a 7 and an 8, do $4,320, $4,480. Let's see which one's best. The 7 is good, left to right, bad top to bottom. The left looks like a little bit better card, but it's also pretty bad top to bottom the other way. Fat on top, thin on the bottom, like Louisiana women. BGS 8 here, PSA 7 here. Tough to call right there, but they're about $100 apart. Kobe Bryant scoreboard autograph, BGS 9.5, 10. Pop 9 card does $4,560, featuring Kobe Bryant in his Lower Merion, I think that's a Lower Merion practice jersey from his high school days. 67 out of 399. This is Kevin Durant rookie autograph, 2007 SP Authentic, and a PSA 10 slab, $4,800. How many Scotty Barnes true RPAs are going to sell in these PWCC weekly auctions? I feel like we see one every single week. Here's another one. The Zion 8.5 Immaculate Collection. This is the gold parallel, serial number to 10. Just one off of a jersey number. Pretty cool looking patch, but a tiny patch window on those Immaculate cards. Sells for $4,920. 2 more absolute phenomenal cards, Pop 2 and Pop 2. A Rick Barry 1972 Topps Game 4 ABA Championship card and a 1972 Topps Rick Barry All-Star PSA 10. Both PSA 10s, both sell for $49.20. And this is just the beginning of a deluge of amazing vintage cards. If you look closely, that's Rick Mount, by the way, who I think played at either Indiana or Kentucky. I should know that. My dad used to talk about him all the time. I'm from Louisville, and there was a big rivalry between Kentucky and Indiana. Why can I not remember where Rick Mount went to school? But my dad used to talk about Rick Mount all the time, which I thought, again, this is a PG, but he's one letter away from having one of the greatest porn names ever, Dick Mount. I wonder if his friends called him Dick Mount, but Rick Mount in the foreground there. But this is Rick Barry shooting an underhand free throw, so that's pretty cool, right? That's a pretty cool aspect of this card. Some of you young folks may be too young to remember, Rick Barry is one of the greatest free throw shooters of all time, one of the most prolific scorers in NBA history, and even has a title to his name where he was the absolute clear-cut alpha. Scored the shit out of the ball. He used to shoot free throws underhand, yes, granny style, and he was an absolute bucket. And here he is scoring over George McGinnis in game number 4 of the ABA Championship. Willis Reed of New York Knicks fame here from 1972 Topps. This is his base card. Pop 4 in PSA 10, 4,920, so 3 gems there. We've got a triple autograph, only one of the autographs people care about. It's Steph Curry. 2 other weirdos that nobody collects, Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis. I'm sorry if I offended you, but these guys deserve it. 5,040 for this triple autograph. It is a raw card, but it's sealed in that Panini Flawless little sealy thing. As it comes in those packs from 2014 Flawless. It's serial number 20, triple auto, good looking autographs. But again, it's their USA autographs, which I think is really cool. Let me know, would you rather their uniforms or would you rather all 3 of them in USA gear? I like the USA stuff. I've always thought the USA stuff is really good looking, but I know some people are very particular about getting players in their actual NBA uniforms. And then we've got Dennis Rodman, 1972 Topps. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Nate Archibald in 1972 Topps. Tiny Archibald. Card number 115, one of the greatest PGs to ever do it. This PSA 10's a Pop 2, fellas. And that is a big-time PSA 10 card right there with the PSA old label. 5,040 for that, Tiny Archibald. Next to a John Morant, Giannis. Some of these guys that have been bounced in the playoffs are just like not on the radar right now. This National Treasures bronze rookie patch auto for Ja goes for 5,160 with an NBA deal. And that's one of those deals where you can click on it and look at the heat map if you wanted to. A Kobe Bryant Eminence. There's a Kobe Eminence in every single PWCC Weekly Top 100. It never fails. I've never seen a pack of Eminence. I've never seen anybody who collects Eminence, but these damn Eminence cards always seem to sell, and it's almost always a Kobe or a Steph Curry, it seems like. 5,160 for this Larry O'Brien silver trophy thingy. 2013 Innovation Rookie Stained Glass Giannis. Here's something weird. This is the highest sale ever. We're about to look at the highest selling stained glass gold Giannis BGS 9.5 ever. 5,160, 4,000 during the peak in 2021, 3650, 2446. Every time it sells, it goes up. Would have been nice to buy it in 2018, but I was too busy buying the damn raw stuff, raw Prism base cards like a jackass. I could have been buying these, but the stained glass goes for 5,160, an all-time high. Maybe that'll make the card ladder headlines. Pretty cool card. It's got 2 10s and a 9, so a mixed gem there. 8.5 Immaculate Collection Steph patch autograph, cool looking patch, 5280. Another triple autograph. Anthony Davis sneaks in again with some all-time greats. Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis. 5,400 for that triple autograph. That card is serial number 2, only 15. And then Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant seems to have a lot of horizontal rookie autographs. Am I wrong? I don't collect Kevin Durant, but it seems like I see a lot of Kevin Durant horizontal rookie autograph cards out there. BGS 9, 10 for the auto, serial number to 50. It's the Upper Deck Gold autograph, 5,400 for that card. And then this is a great picture. If you wanted to meme this, this is Billy Cunningham, and he's got the ball in his left hand. He's got it cupped like he's the man, and he's like, back the fuck up. I got this. Like, clear out. Get the hell out of the way and let me go. That's kind of the look he's given his teammates. Get the hell out of the way. ISO. Game over. He's about to cook somebody. 1970 Billy Cunningham PSA 10 sells for $55.20. Another tall boy, another PSA 10, another Pop 1. Did I warn you? I tried to warn you. There is a shitload of vintage heat in here. I'm cussing because I've got vintage fever. 1996 Flair Showcase Legacy Collection Row 2, Kobe Bryant. Those legacies are serial number to 150. I've always loved the brilliant, vibrant, bright blue on this 1996 Showcase Legacy Collection. The Jordans got it as well, obviously. 5,640 for that Kobe and a BGS 8.5. And then here we've got a Walt Frazier. There's freaking lamb chops and goatees and Fu Manchus everywhere on this. You've got some greats in the picture with him. You can see Wilt's left ass cheek right there. Wilt is literally bending down, touching his toes, and he is still taller than this dude to his left. That should give you some perspective of how gigantic Wilt was in his era. But this is card number 165, 72 Topps, Walt Frazier All-Star, PSA 10, 5,640. Somebody out there with FU money put in bids and said, I'm gonna win the set registry. This is PSA set registry ego-driven without any question. This is not a Walt Frazier collector that bought this card. This is somebody who wants to whip ass on the PSA set registry for the 1972 Top set, 1969 Top set, 1970 Top set, and you'll see that. Patch autograph Steph, 5,760 right next to it. That's serial number to 15. A Jordan 8 sells for 5,760. Another Scotty Barnes. We see so many Scotty Barnes RPAs. My God, I'm so sick of seeing National Treasure Scotty Barnes RPAs. There must be 300 of them or something. This one is serial number to 10. It's a gold parallels, does 5880. The Kobe Credentials, serial number to 499. BGS 8 does 5,880. Those are just miserable to grade, by the way, because of the diamond cutting at the top, although this one looks pretty good. And then the centering. And then this little sky window behind him. Sometimes you get little hairs, little fibrous cilia that stick off the inside of that window. Another Jordan 8 does 6,000. So one Jordan 8 here that's horrifically off center left to right. Does not, under any circumstances, deserve a PSA 8. Does 5,760. And then just for a couple $100 more, you can get a pretty nice Jordan. Although it is very bad off center top to bottom and not perfect left to right. The color's better. It just looks better. It's a newer label. Goes for 6,000. The Kawhi True RPA. Remember, it was horizontal that year and it was serial number to 199. Again, another guy that's totally off the radar after, once again, he gets injured and out of the playoffs and leaves his team hanging. 6,300 for that Kawhi. And then we've got Wilt. Again, did I say how huge Wilt was? He's got Bill Bradley, former U.S. senator or congressman. I think he was a senator. I might be wrong on that. Maybe he's a congressman. And then Earl of Pearl Monroe, who I am named after, believe it or not. That's my middle name, Monroe. And then my dad named me after Earl the Pearl because he had so much swag. This is the 1972 Topps PSA 10 Wilt Chamberlain. And down here it says, Lakers are NBA champs, period. 6,300. That, of course, was one of the greatest teams to ever do it. One of the best teams ever assembled with Wilt. And the scary thing is, they didn't even have Elgin Baylor. They started the season with Elgin, and I think he retired like 11 games into the season or 7 games into the season or something like that. And one of the greatest small forwards that ever lived was also on that team. Didn't finish the year. I think it was Wilt and Jerry West and Gail Goodrich and some of those fellas. 6,300 for that Pop 3 card. Another tall boy, and this is just a badass looking card. Look at the photography on this card. I think that's Wes Unseld in the background, but do not quote me on it because I don't remember him being that fat. But that looks like Wes Unseld. Number 41, remember that jersey number. We need to look that up and see if that's Wes. But I think it is, because Wes just used to have a gigantic ass and huge thighs, which is why he was such a great rebounder. My dad loved to talk about Wes Unseld and how great he was. Wes Unseld is one of only 2 players ever to win Rookie of the Year and MVP in their rookie year. The other one was, of course, the Dipper, Wilt Chamberlain. But this is a Bob McAdoo card, believe it or not, and Bob McAdoo looks like David Thompson in this card. A young McAdoo, a young athletic McAdoo. Of course, later in his years, he played for the Lakers. He's kind of a stiff shooter, scorer off the bench. 6,600 for that McAdoo. That's a Pop 2. It's a Logo Man rookie, Bam Adebayo, 610 for the auto, 6,900 next to a Booker RPA, serial number to 99, BGS 8.5. This one does 6,900. I think I looked up the Booker. There it is, yeah. So this one does 6,900. That's a jump up from the last one of 6,000, but it's actually down after all the heat that Booker is putting out in the playoffs. I mean, he has got to be Booker, Jimmy Butler, Jokic. He's got to be one of the hottest players in this year's NBA playoffs. I'm shocked his card's down 15% over the last 6 months. Over the last year, this card is down 68%. This was once a $21,000 card. At one point, it got to $26,000. It's been relatively steady, I should say, maybe somewhere below 10. It's actually dipping down from 10 all the way to 6,900. So seems odd to me because he is absolutely on fire. Maybe it's just an indicator of the market in general. Give me a breath here. Klay Thompson, Logo Man 2019, 8.5 does 7,200. And then this is a humongous Jalen card. So one of the best Jalen Brown cards in existence. Not the grade, but the card itself. It's got a 7 for corners because they're all green and they're all actually white and green. But that's Celtics colors. So maybe it's a corner color match, right? Because it's green and white corners. You can see the corners are really bad. But this is the Emerald Parallel, so it's serial numbered to 5. He's got the awesome high top fade, great patch, clear autograph, 7,200 for this serial number to 5. It's a Pop 2, 4 graded higher somehow, even though it's serial number to 5. That makes me think somebody else graded a 7.5, cracked the 7.5, didn't pull it out of the Pop report, then graded higher. And so you can't have 2 7.5s, 4 graded higher, and not have a crack and resub. We know this, right? Plus, there's probably some PSA out there as well, so who knows what's going on there. It's probably somebody throwing a bunch of darts at the dartboard hoping to get a good grade, and it's probably worth it because that is an awesome Jaylen Brown card right there. Really, really cool patch. Steph Curry, serial number to 25 here from 2013, flawless. That's old. 7,200 for that one. A Jordan Jordan Upper Deck Finite autograph. Great looking card right there. Does 7,200 from 2004. Let's look up the Ultra Power and the Key. I'm a proud owner of this card in this grade, which was not easy to obtain. Pretty rare card. Here it is. We've got it pulled up. The card's actually moving. So over the last year, despite the fact that the market's down, even the Jordan Index is relatively significantly down. This Pop 45 Power in the Key, which is a 2.85% gem rate. Yikes. And the BGS gem rate's even worse. What did we see? Yeah, there's the BGS gem rate. It's 1.11% and 2.85% for PSA. It's Pop 45. It is run from 6,100, 6,300, 6,000, 6,500 up to 7,800. It's come down a little bit to 7,200 twice in a row. So good news there for that Power in the Key PSA 10. Look how much cheaper the PSA 9 is. Bang, $600, right? Because you jump to a Pop 218. That still seems pretty cheap, considering the PSA 10 is pretty out of reach for most people. Pretty cool card right there. Really tough to grade with that foil all over the place in the dark corners and edges. The back are the same way. It's just tough to grade. We've got Elgin Baylor here with some beautiful lamb chops. He's wearing his really dirty-looking gold sweatpants. And then this amazing top that he got from the cast members of Grease. Card number 35. This is a PSA 9, but it's an Elgin Baylor monster card. Remember, this is 69 tops, which is one of the, it's the tall boy. It's Kareem or Lou Alcindor's rookie year. Elgin Baylor was an absolute man-child forward. They act like he was kind of the ambassador of bringing in modern basketball. He played with a little bit of flair. But I've watched highlights of Elgin Baylor. He did not play with the flair that we know today. Like, he wasn't handling the ball and doing shit like that, and he was extremely one-handed. 7,200 for that Elgin Baylor. It's a great card nonetheless, and he is a foundational piece in the history of the NBA. But 2009 Exquisite Collection Rookie Patch Flashback. That's a really high grade for an exquisite patch autograph of Bill Russell. This is a 1 of 1. It's serial number 219, and it is a 1 of 1. It sold for 7,500 and 8.5 Jordan, which looks really, really good here, to be honest with you. 7,500. Some people don't like those half grades. A foreboding, ominous Wilt Chamberlain, a very suspicious, frightened Kareem Abdul-Jabbar looking at something off screen to the left, and then Wes Unseld, the aforementioned Wes Unseld with one of the best afros in the game. So both of the guys that have won Rookie of the Year and MVP in the same season are on this card. How Kareem Abdul-Jabbar didn't win MVP and Rookie of the Year, I have no idea, because he came into the NBA like nobody's business. But this is a Pop 3 PSA 10. I like these old rebounds leaders, scoring leaders, assist leader cards where you get to see 3 Hall of Famers on the same card. I think this is freaking awesome. 7,500 for this card. This is a card that matters to me. I've got the card. I tried to sell it during the peak when I thought the Kings were going to top the Warriors. I couldn't move the card for $10,000 or $11,000, and now it's selling for $7,800. So I missed my window. Typical Cajun cardboard story. But this De'Aaron Fox True RPA, it's a Pop 14, goes for $7,800. Great looking card there. And then this is Pat Riley. Okay, so I don't know if you guys realize this is that same badass dude with the slick back hair that coached the Lakers. Probably could have any woman in the world during the early 80s, right? He was men wanted to be him, and women wanted him, men wanted to be him. This is the same dude who looks like a strung out crack addict from Breaking Bad. I don't know why his name is on the front of his jersey. Is he wearing his jersey backwards? What the hell is happening in this picture? Someone tell me how this guy right here is Pat Riley. I don't know how it's one and the same. Side note, my dad swears by this story. Pat Riley used to jump center for the University of Kentucky Wildcats, and my dad always would try to tell me that white people could jump back in the day, and he would always tell me Jerry West could fly and dunk everything, and I've watched videos he couldn't. But my dad swears to this day, right, I guess he was trying to inspire his white kid to be a great leaper one day, Pat Riley jumped center as a guard for Kentucky, and he was like 6'4", whatever, and he never lost a tip. He swears to this day Pat Riley never lost a tip. A, who gives a shit? And B, I don't believe it. It's just not true. There's no way. At some point, he had to have played against a 6'10 guy who would just get the tip without barely jumping. But that's my dad's story. I think Elvin Hayes looks like a young Karl Malone. Am I crazy? Look at this picture. This is Elvin Hayes, for some reason shooting a one-handed set shot fadeaway looking thing. He played for San Diego in the day. Elvin Hayes was an absolute legend in the NBA. Again, one of the top 75 players ever. Pop 2 for this PSA 10 Elvin Hayes, $7,800. Right next to that Pat Riley, by the way. That Pat Riley Breaking Bad variation was a Pop 1 card. We've got a bunch of Giannis we're going to look up. Somebody decided, you know what, I'm done with Giannis. I'm out of the Giannis game. Can't shoot free throws, turns it over, panicked. I'm done with my absolutely incredible color prism rookie Giannis's. And so let this begin. Here is the green PSA 10. I've got it pulled up somewhere. Here it is. The green PSA 10 down. The last 3 sales all down. So from 12,000 to 10,005 to 10,002 to 9,250. That's over the last 6 months. It's down 11% after hitting a high of 12,000 over the last couple months. The blue also sold. There it is. Down, even worse, down 41% over the last 6 months. The blue PSA 10 from 14.4 to 12.6 to $8,400. So the blue's down, the green's down. The blue sells for the same as the green, despite the NBA sticker and the fact that it's about half the pop, believe it or not. The green's a color match, so that's probably factors into it. The Interlake Jordan PSA 9, I've got a 9.5 that I'm super proud of. Love this card. It's gigantic. It's like bigger than, you know, a freaking comic book, for God's sakes. It's a gigantic card. $8,400 for this 1985 Interlake Bulls. The Bill Bradley right here, where he is in a beautiful pose. You know what? I shouldn't have given shit to Pat Riley. Apparently, they put the players' names on the front of the jersey. Otherwise, it was some kind of gimmick between Bill and Pat to conspire to take pictures with backwards jerseys on. But Bill Bradley's name is across the front of the jersey as well, number 24. Somebody in the comments let me know, was he a damn senator or a congressman? I think it was a congressman, because there's more of those. But I think Bill Bradley was a congressman, or maybe still is a congressman. I don't know. He's got to be old as shit now. But this is 1969, PSA 9. This is a rookie right here of an NBA Hall of Famer and an NBA champion. $8,400 for that one. Let's look up the Jordan Duncan Go Nuts. Again, it would have been nicer to take a picture of this card with some white behind it so you could tell if it was clear or not, but it looks good to me, and it's a BGS 10. It is a normal 10, not a black label 10. Here it is. That's a big jump, y'all. So from 7,200 up to 8,700, almost all the way back to what it was worth 2 years ago. So in a declining market over the last 2 years, the card's almost stayed about break even. It's only a pop 29 in a BGS 10. I've got the card. I think I own it in a BGS 9.5 because the price disparity is so silly. Watch this. BGS 10, 8,700. BGS 9.5, 3,400. So big difference, and this one's actually way down, whereas the BGS 10 held its value. So maybe I screwed up. Maybe I should have bought the BGS 10. Hell, who knows? I don't know. Jason Tatum, never seen this card. It's 2017 Hoops Artist Proof Black 1 of 1. I didn't even know 2017 Hoops had 1 of 1 cards, but this is a cool looking card. $9,300 for this 1 of 1, and it doesn't hurt that it's a PSA 10. I know everybody tends to say it's 1 of 1. Who cares what the grade is? You can't deny that a 1 of 1 PSA 10 just makes it that much more awesome. $9,300 for this one. I think that's a really, really cool, good looking card with the little Artist Proof symbol in the top right there. A Bill Russell limited logos 9 does $9,300. A Jordan autograph 910 from 1996 SPX autographs goes $9,300. And then which one doesn't belong? Michael Jordan, Bill Russell, James F. Wiseman. Somebody is still believing in James F. Wiseman, also known as a poor man's Andre Drummond. This card does $9,600. This is just evidence that there is still insanity in the hobby. The Tiger Stripe Doncic, here's a terrible, sad story that I'm about to tell you. Doncic, Tiger Stripe, PSA 10. I think this has been resold 57 PWCC Weeklies in a row. I've got him pulled up. Here he is. Here's the story of the Doncic Tiger Stripe. It got as high as, are you sitting for this, $66,000 for this Pop 21 Doncic Tiger Stripe. Most recently, last night sold for $9,900. So get your 6-for-1 discount here in PWCC Weekly number 68. Logo Man, but it's serial number 5, not a 101. It's a horizontal National Treasures Logo Man rookie. Trae Young does $9,900. The Steph Curry patch auto next to it from Flawless 2018 does $9,900. That is a pop 4, none higher. A Logo Man National Treasures Tim Duncan, also serial number 25. PSA 9, which is a high grade for that, does $9,900. The X Factor LeBron James BGS 9.5 Min Gem does $9,900. Right next to the T-shirt color match Pizza Hut ball casual LeBron PMG green. Let me know what you guys think about these Metal Universe unlicensed thingies, and what you think about like retro PMGs and retro essential credentials and retro jambalayas and all that stuff, generally speaking. I personally don't collect it. I do recognize that it is serial number to 10, which makes it a rare card. It's just something about being in a T-shirt and using a Pizza Hut ball that they give out to kids at camps that's a rubber Pizza Hut ball. I don't know. This is the highest grade there is. It's a pop 1, none higher. It's probably because not many have been graded. I don't know for sure, but $10,200 for that right there. Like I don't understand why this card would be worth more than this card. That's kind of what I'm getting at. This is LeBron's rookie year. He's wearing women's aerobics Reebok high tops with no socks. His shorts look like a dress, TJ Ford influence. $9,900 is the serial number to 150. I just don't understand why those two cards are the same price. That's just me. 2013 Prism Giannis red. We looked up the green. We looked up the blue. They're both down. This is a gold sticker on this red with gold NBA. Like it or not, it does matter. Let's look it up. Let's go back to the Giannis. Where was he? There he is. Let's pull up the red and card ladder. There's the card. It's actually down, despite the gold NBA sticker, down 15%. So it was a steady 12, 12, 12, 11, 7, 10, 8, 10, 2. So will it dip into 4 figures? Let me know what you think in the comments. That's a pop 29, about the same. It's kind of in between the blue and the green as far as pop goes. The red, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the red was retail only. I'm not sure. Maybe Target retail only, and the blue was Walmart retail only or something. I don't know. Somebody who knows more about it, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to own the card, but I own it in a BGS 9.5. But I probably paid more for my 9.5 than this PSA 10 with the gold label because my timing is terrible. Welcome to my life. Serial number to 75, LeBron triple 3-color patch autograph from 2006, 10,200. And look at this cool card, 1970 tall boy, Oscar Robertson All-Star, 10,200. That's a pop 2, 10,200. We're getting towards the top, and we're about to see some more banging vintage cards. Patch autograph from Exquisite Collection Exclusives, Kevin Durant. That's a really cool card right there. Serial number to his jersey number 35. It's card number 5 out of 35. $10,500. Dual patch autograph, MJ Wizards, Kobe Bryant. Kobe's arms in this picture are they make me very, very jealous. For those of you who don't remember, Kobe, like Jordan, realized the importance of being absolutely yoked as far as shedding defenders and creating space. But this is his 2002 Upper Deck Glass. Too exciting. Jordan and Kobe, serial number to 10, pop 3, none higher, 10,500. Another sad tale here. I'm into this card. I have the card, which I'm happy about. I have the entire set of Scoring Kings, which I'm really proud of. It's probably the best set that I have left since I've sold a lot of my other sets, but this is probably the best set I have, the Scoring Kings PSA 10 set. This Jordan sells for $11,400. I've got it pulled up. There it is. It's actually up from the last one of $9,500, down from $1,166 the sale before. It's been as high as $12,000. This is just over the last 6 months. It's exactly even. So it started at $11,400, and last night it sold at $11,400, and there had been 9 sales in between those. It's got as low as $8,000. It's got as high as $12,000. So I guess it just depends on the card. Surface is an issue on this card, as well as corners, of course. Not the rarest card in the world. We know this, right? 1981, I've been graded by PSA. 1474 by Beckett. That's like 3,400, something like that. And there's a combined 200 gems between PSA and BGS. I've done an Explore the Card episode on this card. In fact, it was the first episode. If you like Jordan cards, you want to know more about Jordan inserts and parallels from the 80s and 90s, go back and watch my playlist on this exact channel. Hit the bell icon for notifications. On Fridays, I release an episode called Explore the Card where we deep dive into a particular Jordan insert. This was episode number 1, Scoring Kings, I'm pretty sure if I recall. The Nike promo, let's look it up, right? That was a big card, made a huge run during The Last Dance. I thought this card would run because of the movie Air a little bit, not Last Dance type crap, but like the movie Air kind of hyper focused on Nike and focused on the logo and the original, look at this bottom left logo with the wings for Air Jordan. And so I kind of thought this card might run a little bit with the release of the movie. It's up 8.57% over the last 6 months. The last one sold 15 a couple months ago. This one goes all the way back down to 11. I've got the card in a 9.5 quad gem, so I'm happy with that grade. That's probably much lower than the PSA. Yeah, much lower. It's a $3,000 card in a 9.5. But the PSA 10's right there at $11,400. Patch Auto Steph 12.6. Patch Auto Steph 1 of 1 12.6. Here, that's a really good looking card. It's PSA authentic, but a 10 for the auto. That's just an awesome looking card. I've always thought Crown Royal silhouettes are good looking cards. I don't collect Crown Royal. I don't know much about it, but they're cool looking. Exquisite Noble nameplates, LeBron, BGS 9, 10 for the auto, does $12,600. That's a serial number to 25 card. 2 more Giannis's. We're going to look them all up. I've got it here. It is the silver. It is the silver. There it is. We got the card. Also down 13.7% over the last 6 months. This is the lowest sale of the last 7 sales, 13,200. Of course, this card ran crazy hot over the last 2 years, getting as high as $40,000. Over the last 6 months, down 13.37%. And then right next to it, we have the orange BGS 9.5 mixed gem. Does $13,800. Let me go back to them again. Might as well. We're here. Do we have an orange in here? There's an orange. Do we have a 9.5? There it is. The orange is actually up. So the orange jumped up from 11.7 to 13.8, where all the other Giannis's seem to have gone down. Now, the orange is obviously down worse, way, way worse, over the last 6 months. I dodged a bullet. I think I had a chance to buy the orange 9.5. I need it still. I don't have it. I had a chance to buy this card for about $28,000, and I almost pulled the trigger. And this would have been somewhere around right. Actually, it probably would have been. Yeah, it probably would have been somewhere around here. I think I could have bought it for about 26 or 28. Thank God I didn't, because I'd be holding a bag on that one, half price discount. 2 Jordan 9s, and one of these is mine. The good news is it's the one on the left. It sold for $600 more. So I got about what I expected. Not a perfect 9, a little bit off left to right centering. The right's a little thicker than the left. But I outperformed the other one that I was in competition with. Mine had a little bit newer label. So this is my Jordan, $15,600 for that one. So happy for that sale. I've got it pulled up. I think the PSA 9 Jordan. I got about what I was expecting. They average them here. One sold 17.7. Again, all these PSA 9s, they're not all the same. I do wish I'd have sold it about 3 months ago, so I could have gotten a little bit more, but I needed to get out of it. I'm recycling this money. I'm not getting out of the hobby. I'm not liquidating my Jordan collection. I just had a bunch of extra 9s, and so I sold this 9 because I'm looking to pick up some more unique Jordan stuff. And like I've said, I'm kind of pushing into that star BGS 8.5 Jordan set as well. So I'm recycling Jordans to buy more Jordans. I'm just buying the Jordans that I really want to keep for Cajun Eternity. What's really interesting is that on a page where 2 high-grade Jordan rookies sell for $15,600, Alperen Sengun's rookie card sells for more. And this is his true RPA. This is absolute lunacy. I don't know how many ways I can say this is a preposterous sale. I get it's a pop 1. I get it's a 10-10. I get it that Alperen Sengun can't touch the rim. 17,400. I like the kid. I think he's Jokic light. He's a little bit dumpier than Jokic, a little bit shorter than Jokic, a little bit, believe it or not, a little bit less athletic than Jokic. I didn't think I could say that about anybody except me at age 48, but 17,400 for this Alperen Sengun. Let me know in the comments. Maybe I'm missing it. I love Alperen Sengun. He's a fantasy phenom, and he's going to be a really good center in the NBA, but at no point on this planet is Alperen Sengun going to be like an all-NBA guy or anything like that. At least I don't see that. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Like in this NBA, like we're seeing how important it is that you have guys that can, switch and guard, and he just can't do that. BGS 9.5, flawless, gold, autograph, John Morant, off the radar, strange timing, 18,000 for this one. That's a beautiful card, I must admit. And then an autograph, Giannis, 1010 red. I did not pull this one up, but I kind of want to go look it up. I don't think they're going to have the auto in here. They're not. Let's go to sales history and let's just type it in because I'm curious on this one. Prism, red, Giannis, auto, PSA 10. Can we get it? Date sold. There's the one that sold last night on May 7th. Today's May 8th. Wow, big jump. Only sold 3 times in history. 8,000 in 2019, 14,000 in 2020, and then a huge jump to 21.6 last night. I don't know what the pop is. Oh, there you go. It's a pop 3 card. That's a humongous Giannis rookie. Very, very, very rare card right there. Pretty awesome. And then we've got another one of those cool leaders cards. This one goes for $21,600. And this is evidence right here that it's a set collector and a PSA registry person that's buying these. If you're the guy that bought this and you're not chasing the set registry and trying to shove it down other people's throats and win this race on the set registry, if you don't know what the PSA set registry is, go Google it. I don't have time to explain it. I'm not a member of it, but I wish I was. It's just too late to get back into it. But this is evidence that a set collector, it's not like this is a Nate Archibald collector that bought this card. It's got to be a set collector. But it's a PSA 10, it's a Pop 2, it's Lenny Wilkins, Jerry West, and Nate Archibald, the assist leaders. I never would have thought Jerry West would have had that many assists because he scored so much, but he was up there. And then we're almost towards the top. We're getting to the top 10. 1972, Wilt Chamberlain, number 168, PSA 10, Pop 2, 22,200. I've got a dude named Bob Weiss. A random dude named Bob Weiss in a leisure suit who is selling for $24,600. Go price a new Honda Accord. You can get close. But somebody wanted a 1969 Topps Tall Boy Bob Weiss because they wanted to have the best 1969 Topps set in existence. This is a Pop 1. One of a kind, one and only. Bob Weiss was a career 7.6, 1.8, 3.7 Iron Man. He was 6'2", 180, so 2 inches shorter than me and about 20 pounds lighter than me, and certainly not as freakishly athletic as me, right? I can say that because nobody can prove otherwise. Right next to it, Mel Counts. Very suspicious looking character here. There is no question. He drives an unmarked van. He has little children in it. It's just a very suspicious looking predator type looking dude. Mel Counts. Never heard of him. PSA 10, Pop 1. Let's go ahead and spend $50,000 on Bob Weiss and Mel Counts. That is the definition of FU money. He, however, Goose Counts was his nickname, just for those of you wondering. 8.3, 6 rebounds, 1.4 career assists for Mel Counts. 50 grand between Bob Weiss and Mel Counts. That's not the end of it. Guy Rogers is actually a really good player. 69 Guy Rogers, PSA 10, Pop 1, 24.6. 69 Topps Greg Smith, PSA 10, Pop 1, 25.8. A Giannis Immaculate snuck in the middle of these vintage, epic vintage cards. Let's keep the vintage train going. We're almost to the top. Top 6 is all vintage. Spoiler alert. 1972. At least it's Jerry West. Game number 5. Jerry West driving to the hoop. I want you to witness this. He's going left with his right hand. This is the shit that people my age talk about when we struggle to compare Jerry West to like James Harden or Steph Curry and guys like that. This is why it's difficult to have those conversations because dudes were going to their left dribbling with their right hand. Okay, that's a problem. And when they shot jump shots, they jumped 4 inches off the ground and nobody got anywhere near anybody and nobody could put hands on anybody. It was just a different era. So that's what makes it difficult. But this picture is perfect because he's going left with his right like a 9-year-old child in an AAU program would do. $34,200 for this Pop 2 PSA 10. Jack Marin, another, just do something with the warm-ups. This is absolutely unacceptable. $3,600 for this Pop 1 PSA 10, 1969 Topps. Somebody wrapped up that PSA set registry title tonight or last night on PWCC's Weekly Auction number 68. Another, this is actually a Jerry West card, despite the fact that Wilt's foreboding, ominous, imposing presence really takes the forefront. But this is the 1972 Topps PSA 10 Jerry West All-Star card, Pop 1, $38,400. There's over $100,000 of vintage PSA 10, Pop 1, Pop 1, Pop 2. Here we are. We're at the top of the list. Remember when I told you had 500 guesses? Did you ever guess Earl the Pearl Monroe would be in the top 10? Did you ever guess that his 1970 Topps non-rookie card would go for $40,800? What about Elvin Hayes, 1972 Topps, not rookie card, Pop 1, $78,000. And then to top things off, one of the biggest loudmouths in the world, not really a great human being from what I've heard, Calvin Murphy. It looks like a Skybox Metal Universe card because you can't even see the name of his team or anything like that. This PSA 10, 1970, Calvin Murphy, at least it's his rookie card, does $90,000. So you're looking at over $200,000 for 3 one-of-one PSA 10 1970, 1972, 1970 vintage cards. That's it, guys. I always do a recap. This is something you're never going to hear again. Are you ready for the top 10? Calvin Murphy, Elvin Hayes, Earl Monroe, Jerry West, Jack Marin, Jerry West and Wilt, Giannis, Greg Smith, Guy Rogers, and Mel Counts. Bob Weiss rounding out at number 11. Did you ever think that you would see a PWCC Weekly end like that? If that's not a surprise ending, I don't know what is. Let me know what you think about this unbelievable influx of amazing vintage pieces. I know I make a lot of jokes about these cards, but like, I respect the hell out of these cards. You guys know I have that set collecting gene. This is just flat out awesome. You talk about a detour on the PWCC Weekly Auction. My guess is, this is total conjecture, somebody decided to liquidate their vintage set collection and they're moving it through these PWCC Weekly Auctions. Hopefully they'll reinvest their money in the hobby, but maybe it's just time to get out. But some of these are just unbelievable rare pieces. Let me know in the comments. Some of you the old guard, I want the old guys, older than me, somebody chime in. Somebody with some serious vintage knowledge and expertise, chime in and let me know the significance of this PWCC Weekly Auction, what you think about this and what you think of specifically about the top 10, top 11 cards and the set registry and things like that. I like that we could take this detour and go down memory lane and talk about the PSA set registry and set collecting and vintage cards and tall boys and low pop vintage. It's just really cool to me. But anyway, what stood out to you guys in this PWCC Weekly Auction Top 100? Anybody higher than you thought, lower than you thought? What do you think about all the Giannis rookie cards being sold apparently? What do you think about the fact that Scotty Barnes is in every freaking PWCC auction along with Kobe Bryant Eminence autograph cards? I don't know how many of those there are, but it seems like there's thousands. Anyway, thank you guys as always for watching. You're going to get this Monday morning. Hopefully you have a great week in and out of the hobby. As always, every Monday you can get these updates. You're always going to get the top 100 PWCC Weekly basketball cards from me. I'm consistent. I'm starting to do golden, Jordan only, top 24 only on Friday mornings as well. And so the big updates for PWCC on Mondays, little baby only Jordan updates on Fridays. Keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby, and peace.